Hello and welcome to another free code session. My name is Jason Bach, and I think I figured out why I was having a problem last episode at the end. It helped to look at the actual output here, which I don't think, because I did a debugging thing, so I don't think the message is there. But what it was showing me was that there's actually 3 errors, and it has to do with the class that's being generated, the constructor properties class. And so I think that was just basically screwing up the entire code generation. I'm not entirely sure, but there's still definitely a problem, and we're going to fix that. And it has to do with the fact of if you have, and I put string here, I don't think, I haven't fixed the code here yet. But the problem is that this is doing like public string values, and it would do a get and an init. But the problem with this is it's supposed to be not nullable, but it could be set to null. And so maybe you want to make it nullable, which is the whole reason we have required. So in any event, what I need to do, I think I got the rules right, is saying here, if the property on the mock is nullable, or its type is a reference type, then we need to mark it with a question mark in constructor properties. Okay. Then if the target property is non-nullable and it's a reference type, then we need to set it with this, because if it's nullable, then it could take a null and then we don't have to check. If it's a value type, it's always going to have a value type. And for value types, even nullable value types, I think this all works out. So first of all, what I want to do is change this test to be non-nullable value type. Then we want a nullable value type. We want to get all the conditions. Non-nullable reference type. And then we want a nullable. Okay. And so what we would expect here is, if I grab all these, is that these two should be the same. This one, based on my rules, should be that. Okay. And then down here, we would say non-nullable. Just grab that. Those should just assign. If I put nullable in here, those would just assign. Okay. Now, the only one that matters is the non-nullable. This one should be an exclamation point, because we need to say yes to that. Now, when I run this, of course, all these properties are going to be busted. We know that, so that's fine. And this will also be busted, and that's fine. But this is what we're working for. So now here, what I need to do is say, when I am assigning, we have has required properties, because that determines whether the parameters should be nullable. But now we need var should property be nullable, and that's equal to annotated, or is type is reference type. I think that is correct. Okay. And then we want should assignment, actually, I think we want to say, nullability is equal to required. If all that is true, then we're going to say yes. Otherwise we say string. Why? I don't understand why it's suddenly jumped to wanting it to be uppercase S. Property assignment. This is saying if the target property equals non-nullable, it does not have a question mark. Or, because I can't tell if none or not annotated. And we want that to be an and condition. And, oh wait, oops. Or, and it's a reference type. Come on. If that's true, then we want to use that. Otherwise, string dot empty. Okay. Var is required. We want to capture that. I think that would read nicer. Var property type name is that. And now here, this is determining whether the property should be nullable. So we can do that here. We can keep the required property and name. That's easy. Okay. And then this needs property assignment. Okay. So I think we got it all. Now let's run this. And it's going to fail, but at least we want to see, did it generate this and did it generate this? I mean, the property orders might be a little different. I'm assuming it's going to, I think it always gets it in the order it reads it in the code, but it's more important about the actual definition. So let's see what this actually does. Okay, it failed as expected. Well, let's see how it failed. So we have, oh, well, that's wrong. Oh yeah, so they should be public. That was definitely right. And the non-nullable it did correctly. But the two ones that are nullable, it actually... Oh, wait a minute. If it is annotated, then we don't... Yeah, if it already is nullable, we don't need to do it. It's going to apparently... Okay, hold on. It did all this right. That's good. Okay, it's just if it is nullable, well then we don't need to say that it is. Now, if it's non-nullable, so I think the only thing we need to say here is if it's, I think I was saying this because I'm like, well, if it's annotated, it has to have the question mark. I didn't think it was actually putting it in there. But apparently it is. So I think the only thing we needed to say here is only if it's a reference type. But that's not true because it could be a nullable reference type. And then it would just come along for the ride. So I think we want to say the same thing here. And then you get that. So let's try this again. And so it failed. Yeah, now it's doing the right thing. So that's nullable, that's nullable. And this one, it has to make a non-nullable a nullable. And then here it's going to say, yep, do that. So we just got that all correct. All right, so give me a second. Let me update all the things. Now, how do I want to do this? You know what? Let me just grab all this because it's, except this really doesn't work the greatest when you don't have, yeah. Sorry, you're gonna have to bleep that out. I said a bad word. Let's grab all these. These are all the properties. Do that. Back it up. Say plus is that. There we go. Do that. Put that in here. Where are you going? That just felt like an awful lot of code. Null reference type, not null reference type, null value, not null value. I think I accidentally did that twice. I was like, that was a lot of code. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, grab that. Put that in there. Why is it doing it twice? 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then it does it twice. That is bizarre. Whatever. Oh, God, I'm having copy paste issues. Why is this insisting I'm putting this in twice? Oh my God, 3 times. What is the problem? Holy this is weird. This is really, really weird. Okay, I'm copied that. I'm pasting that. That's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Now I come in here and I say just paste. 6, 7, 4, 5, 2, 3, 1, 0. And it's doing it twice. This is bizarre. And then if I say get rid of it, now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. But now if I come in here and highlight all this, are you going to stop? Yes, now finally you stopped. Wow, that I have never seen that before. I'm still like questioning my existence. I don't know if I actually saw that correctly or not. I'm like, what in the world was that? All right, let's get these in here. No. Okay, and now static. No. 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 Okay. What? Why twice? Why are you doing it twice? At least again, I have video evidence of this being a bug. Wow. Okay. Whatever. I'm not going to question it. I don't know why it thinks it needs to paste it twice, but it is. Still failed, but hopefully it's just a, we say nullable enable. The annotation for nullable reference type should only be used in code with a nullable annotation. What do you think this is? What? We are always giving a nullable annotation. We're always saying nullable enable. What are you talking about? What are you smoking? I am just like, do we have any that do like a nullable? No, what are you talking about? The annotation, I really don't understand. Oh, wait a minute. I think it's complaining. Sorry. I think it's complaining about this because we're doing them up here. I think that's what the problem is. It could be wrong, but because line 11 was not in our generated code, but that made more sense with the original code. And we passed. Okay, good. Okay, so shut down, start up again, and we're going to see if everything builds, and then we'll run all the tests, and then hopefully we'll finally be done with this stuff. So back in a minute. And it succeeded. Yay. Yay. I still got some messages here, but that's okay. Well, more. That's even better. I'm gonna go through these off camera because some of these can probably. Oh no, no, no! You just told me that it built. Give me a break. You literally, I built F6, and now we're running all the code, and it just said we're running all the tests. It just said build succeeded, and now we're running tests, and now your errors are going away. And now the messages are going away. And now they're coming back again. Come on, Visual Studio. Seriously? And, okay, it's the one that failed, which we know because it's the required one, which we can't run. I'm going to put a ignore here. Come on. Is that in unit? Yeah. Currently cannot run this test until the required property feature is fully supported by the compiler. Okay, so now this won't run. Let's commit 162. Finally have init and required properties genning code as expected. Yay. Push. All right, so next steps are here. So we did this. We got to do this for makes. Okay, so I forgot to do that. I did that. So honestly, I'm going to do this one off camera because this is almost going to be a copy and paste of what I'm doing in the create. It might actually be I might share some code, but honestly, I don't want to do that on camera because that's a fairly minor thing. Updating the docs. Nobody wants to watch me update docs, although documentation is important. So what am I going to do in future episodes? Well, there's always a bunch of stuff to do, and I'm not sure what was on like this is all the 11 features. I thought I had a document up here somewhere that was like, you know, what are some future projects that I can look at? I have to go find that again. Yeah, I'm not sure what's in store for the future episodes, but I know I've got a whole bunch of ideas, and I will just jump on something and I'll see what the next thing is to work on. Thank you all for watching. Leave comments and questions below. See you in the next episode.